As the first rays of sunlight spill across the vast golden expanse of the African savanna, a silent force awakens. This is not a law written in books or spoken aloud, but an ancient code that governs every living creature beneath the acacia's spreading branches. It is a law as old as the land itself, woven into the very fabric of existence, dictating who thrives, who falters, and who vanishes into memory. The evidence of this law is not found in violence alone, but in the subtle marks left behind. Hoofprints pressed into sun-baked soil, the faintest impressions of paws, the winding trails of countless migrations. Each track is a testament to the wisdom passed down through generations, a silent record of choices made and lessons learned. Survival here is not a simple contest of brute force, it is a complex, ever-evolving ballet. Wildebeest sense the shifting winds, reading invisible cues that guide their epic journeys. Elephants, led by the wisdom of their elders, retrace ancient paths etched into memory, each step a response to the land's relentless challenges. The mighty may claim the spoils of the day, but only those who adapt, who anticipate, who remember, endure the relentless march of time. The lion's roar may command the plains, but it is the matriarch's recollection of distant waterholes, the cheetah's unwavering vigilance that secures survival when darkness falls. This unwritten code threads through every corner of the savanna. From the shimmering grasslands where herds gather in uneasy alliance, to the stark deserts and lush river valleys where life clings to every precious drop, the law shapes every encounter, every migration, every moment of rest and movement. Across these wild, unforgiving landscapes, the drama of existence unfolds beneath ever-changing skies. Each cloud casts fleeting shadows over a stage where every animal must perform with precision, intuition, and a deep understanding of the world around them. In Botswana's parched Savute Basin, the earth is split and scarred by drought. A lone elephant pauses, her memory a map of hidden water, guiding her family to survival through a landscape where only the most resourceful endure. In the Zambezi Valley, the air shimmers with heat, distorting the horizon. Here, every movement is measured, every decision deliberate. Animals seek the shelter of shade, conserving energy, their instincts honed by generations of hardship and adaptation. In Zambia's South Luangwa, sunlight dapples the forest floor, painting shifting pattern of light and shadow. Leopards vanish into the gloom, their bodies perfectly attuned to the art of concealment. Antelopes glide silently between trees, every sense alert to the possibility of danger or opportunity. Predator and prey exist in a fragile equilibrium. Vultures spiral high above, their sharp eyes searching for the faintest sign of weakness. The cycle of life and death is unbroken, each ending nourishing a new beginning, every loss sustaining the living. The savanna's cast is as varied as the land itself. Herds of grazers and predators intermingle, each species a unique embodiment of the wild's silent law. Every face tells a story of adaptation, resilience, and the constant search for balance. Lions, whose thunderous roars ripple across the plains, must rely on more than sheer power. The lioness moves with calculated patience, stalking her quarry through tall grass. As dusk falls, the pride assembles, each member learning from the successes and failures of those who came before. Young cubs observe and mimic, absorbing the subtle arts of stealth, teamwork, and timing. The pride's future depends on this shared knowledge, on the ability to read the land, to anticipate threats, and to cooperate in the hunt. Their prey are not passive. Antelope stand poised, muscles tensed for flight. Wildebeest form protective circles, their eyes scanning for the slightest movement. Zebras react instantly to distant alarms, each response a product of inherited wisdom and constant vigilance. The elders lead, their memories a living archive of survival. In every herd, knowledge is passed from old to young. Roots to hidden water, the meaning of a distant call, the subtle signs of approaching danger. Impalas pause, their ears attuned to the faintest whisper of wind. Birds erupt into flight, their alarm calls rippling through the grasslands, a living network of warnings that connects every creature in a web of survival. Gaze into the eyes of the Savannah's inhabitants, and you will find intelligence shaped by adversity. The thoughtful stare of an elephant, the unwavering focus of a meerkat on sentry duty. Each mind is a product of countless trials, each decision a matter of life and death. The matriarch recalls a waterhole long forgotten by others, leading her family across barren land to a hidden oasis. Her memory is a lifeline, a treasure more valuable than any physical strength or weapon. A leopard waits in silence, her body perfectly still, every muscle coiled in anticipation. She knows the habits of her prey, the shifting patterns of the wind, the secrets hidden in the grass. Her success depends on knowledge as much as on speed or strength. Wild dogs gather, their hunt a masterclass in coordination. Each member communicates through subtle signals, decisions made collectively, their unity transforming them into one of the savannah's most effective predators. On a rocky outcrop, a baboon sentinel stands guard, his eyes sweeping the horizon. His vigilance is the troop's first line of defence, his warning cry a shield against the unseen dangers that prowl the edges of the forest. This is not a world ruled by instinct alone. It is a realm of profound intelligence, where the greatest weapon is the library of wisdom stored within each mind. A library built over lifetimes, now threatened by forces beyond the wild's control. In the heart of the savannah, the unseen law endures, shaping destinies in silence, as it always has. In the heart of Botswana, the Savute Basin stretches endlessly beneath a merciless sun. This ancient depression, carved by time and the shifting whims of water, is a place where the horizon blurs in the heat and the silence is broken only by the distant calls of wildlife. The land is defined by its extremes, searing droughts, sudden floods, and the constant struggle for survival. Here, the absence of water is as powerful as its fleeting presence, shaping every life that dares to endure. Decades ago, the Savute Channel, a vital artery that once brought life to this wilderness, vanished without warning. Its disappearance left behind a vast, desolate basin where the memory of flowing water lingers in the deep scars etched across the earth. The riverbed, now a ghostly trace, is a reminder of the land's unpredictable nature and the resilience required to survive here. In this parched expanse, artificial waterholes have become lifelines. They draw animals from miles away. Herds of elephants, prides of lions, and countless other creatures converge at these rare oases. Yet these waterholes are not without risk. They concentrate life in a single place, turning each visit into a gamble where predator and prey are forced into close proximity, and every drink could be the last. Each dawn and dusk, the Savute transforms into a stage for ancient rivalries. The air is thick with anticipation as predators and prey test their wits and strength. Every movement is calculated, every sound a potential warning. The drama that unfolds here is unique. Nowhere else do such powerful forces collide with such regularity and intensity. Among the most remarkable adaptations in this land is a pride of nearly 30 lions, predators that have evolved to challenge the very giants of the savannah. These lions have become specialists, targeting elephants in a display of audacity and skill rarely seen in the natural world. Their hunts are meticulously coordinated, each member playing a crucial role in the pursuit of prey, many times their size. This extraordinary behaviour is born not from abundance, but from necessity. The lion's survival hinges on their ability to outthink and outmaneuver their formidable prey. They rely on complex teamwork, silent communication, and a deep understanding of the rhythms of the land. Each hunt is a test of intelligence and cooperation, where a single mistake can mean disaster. Timing is everything. The cycles of the moon dictate the lion's movements, each phase casting a different light across the savannah. Under the full moon, the landscape is bathed in silver, shadows stretch long and thin. The lions must adapt, their strategies shifting with the changing illumination, always seeking the perfect moment to strike. On moonless nights, darkness becomes the lion's greatest ally. They move like phantoms, their bodies blending seamlessly with the night. Only the faintest rustle betrays their presence as they close in on their quarry, the savannah holding its breath in anticipation. For the elephants, the night is a time of uncertainty. Their massive forms, so imposing by day, become vulnerable in the blackness. Their eyes catch the faintest glint of starlight, but their vision is poor. Instead, they rely on their acute sense of smell and the vibrations of the earth, every nerve attuned to the possibility of danger lurking in the shadows. As the dry season deepens, stretching from August to November, the landscape grows ever more unforgiving. The great migratory herds have moved on, leaving behind the resident elephants. These giants, now the most abundant and exposed source of food, become the primary targets for the lions. The shrinking waterholes are both sanctuary and trap. Researchers have documented this pride, bringing down an elephant every 3 days during the harshest months. Each successful hunt is a testament to their relentless determination and the precision of their tactics. The aftermath is a scene of raw power. Lions feasting, the savannah echoing with the sounds of survival. Every encounter between lion and elephant is a high-stakes confrontation. The lions test the boundaries of their courage, while the elephants respond with displays of strength and unity. The outcome is never certain, and the balance of power shifts with each new clash. Elephants are not passive victims. When threatened, they form formidable defensive circles, their bodies creating an impenetrable barrier. Ears flared, trunks raised, they communicate their readiness to defend the herd at any cost. The unity of the group is their greatest shield. At the centre of this defence stands the Matriarch. Her presence is commanding. She is the repository of the herd's collective memory, the strategist who reads the land and senses danger before it arrives. Her leadership is the glue that binds the herd together. The matriarch's brain, the largest of any land animal, is a living archive. Each wrinkle in her skin is a testament to years of hardship, droughts endured, predators outwitted, and hidden waterholes discovered in the most desperate times. Her wisdom is the herd's greatest asset. With a raised trunk, she samples the air, deciphering the scents and sounds that drift across the savannah. She can distinguish the calls of individual lions, passing the night's chorus for subtle clues. Her vigilance is constant, her decisions shaped by a lifetime of experience. Communication within the herd is both subtle and profound. Low-frequency rumbles travel through the ground, carrying messages across vast distances. These vibrations are felt as much as heard, binding the herd together in a network of invisible signals. Through this language, the matriarch guides her family, warning of danger and signalling when it is safe to move. The matriarch's knowledge is the herd's compass. She leads them across a landscape where every decision is critical, where a single misstep can mean the difference between life and death. Her leadership is a blend of instinct and learned wisdom, honed by years of navigating the Savannah's challenges. When a matriarch falls, the impact is profound. The herd gathers in solemn silence, mourning not just a leader, but the living memory of their lineage. The loss reverberates through every member, a reminder of the fragility of their existence. Her absence leaves a void that cannot be filled. The herd is left adrift, the landscape suddenly more perilous, its secrets locked away. The certainty that once guided their movements is gone, replaced by uncertainty and risk. Young elephants, once guided by her steady presence, now wander in confusion. Their inherited maps to water and safety are incomplete, their future clouded by doubt. The loss of the matriarch is a test of their resilience and adaptability. Vulnerability seeps into every decision. The herd hesitates at waterholes, their movements cautious and uncertain. Every shadow becomes a potential threat, every unfamiliar sound a cause for alarm. The world, once navigated with confidence, is now a place of constant vigilance. In the Savute, the eternal contest between lion and elephant is more than a struggle of muscle and tusk. It is a battle of intellect, memory, and adaptation, a living testament to the relentless ingenuity and resilience of the giants who call this land home. Every day, the story of survival is rewritten, shaped by the forces of nature and the remarkable creatures that endure within this land of giants. October in the Zambezi Valley is a crucible of endurance. The air shimmers with heat, distorting the horizon, while the ground splits open beneath the relentless sun, exposing veins of parched earth. Every living thing here is tested by the extremes. Temperatures routinely soar above 40 degrees Celsius, transforming the savanna into a vast, unforgiving furnace. Waterholes shrink to muddy puddles and the vegetation withers, leaving only the hardiest survivors to endure the season's trial. In this harsh landscape, a young pride of lions, recently exiled from their natal territory, faces a daunting initiation. Their journey is not just a search for food, but a daily battle against the elements and their own inexperience. Their eyes betray uncertainty. Instincts are raw, their skills unrefined. Each day, hunger gnaws at their bellies and exhaustion weighs down their limbs. The lessons of survival are written in every failed attempt and every narrow escape. Early hunts are marred by misjudgment. The young lions, driven by impatience, break cover too soon. Their movements betray them, sending herds of antelope and zebra scattering in a flurry of dust before the pride can close in. Each failed pursuit drains their reserves. The pride collapses in the scant shade of thorn trees, sides heaving, tongues lolling. Here, every mistake is paid for in precious energy, and the cost of inexperience is steep. Yet the most formidable challenge does not come from the sun, but from the Cape buffalo, especially the solitary Dagga boys, whose presence on the plains is both a threat and a temptation. These ancient bulls, their hides caked with mud and scarred by years of conflict, stand alone. Weighing over 1,500 pounds, their massive horns curve like armoured shields, a testament to decades of survival. The Dagga boys have learned that survival demands aggression. When threatened, they lower their heads, nostrils flaring, eyes burning with defiance. Their posture alone is enough to halt even the boldest predator. Rather than fleeing, these bulls confront danger head-on. Their sheer size and ferocity can shatter the resolve of inexperienced lions, forcing the pride to retreat in the face of overwhelming power. When a Dagga boy charges, he becomes a force of nature, unstoppable, relentless. The young lions scatter, their confidence broken as the ground trembles beneath the buffalo's advance. These old bulls risk isolation for the promise of richer grazing. Alone, they are vulnerable, but their solitude has forged a fierce independence. Every muscle, every scar tells a story of battles survived. But the lion's struggle is not only with brute force. The Savannah is a living network of vigilance, where every creature is both observer and participant in the drama of survival. Antelope freeze mid-graze, nostrils flaring, ears swivelling at the faintest sound. Their bodies are tuned to the subtlest cues, ready to explode into motion at the first hint of danger. High in the trees, chacma baboons serve as sentinels. Their vantage point offers a sweeping view of the plains, and their sharp eyes miss nothing that moves below. The baboon's vision rivals that of the lion's. From their treetop perches they can spot the faintest flicker of movement, even when tawny coats blend seamlessly with the grass. At the first sign of a predator, a piercing alarm call erupts from the treetops, echoing across the valley and sending a ripple of tension through the bush. Instantly, warthogs freeze, their bodies rigid with fear, while impala bound away in a blur of motion. The entire plain reacts as one, the warning spreading like wildfire. Flocks of birds burst from the grass, their wings beating the air, their calls amplifying the alarm. In an instant, the lion's advantage of stealth is stripped away. This intricate web of communication binds the valley's inhabitants together. Each species relies on the vigilance of others, creating a network where information flows faster than any predator can move. Survival here is communal. Every ear is attuned, every eye alert, and every warning is heeded, regardless of species or size. The Savannah's safety net is woven from countless threads of awareness. For the young lions, each failed hunt is a lesson in patience and subtlety. They crouch in the tall grass, watching, learning to read the signals that ripple through the animal kingdom. They must master the art of moving unseen, anticipating the sentinels, and blending into the rhythm of the wild. Every step is calculated, every movement measured against the ever-watchful eyes of the Savannah. Only by perfecting patience and timing can they hope to seize the fleeting moment when opportunity presents itself. The difference between feast and famine is measured in seconds. In this arena, intelligence and adaptability are as vital as strength. To survive, the lions must outwit not only their prey, but the entire living network of the Savannah, a true test of wills where every day is a new chapter in the story of survival. Deep within Zambia's South Luangwa National Park, the sun's rays filter through a dense canopy, painting the ground with a shifting mosaic of gold and darkness. The forest breathes in silence, every leaf and branch a part of a living labyrinth where secrets are kept in shadow. In this intricate world, the leopard emerges as the undisputed master of shadows, a creature whose very existence is defined by its ability to disappear, to become one with the dappled undergrowth and the hush of the woodland. Each movement is a study in precision. The leopard's body hugs the earth, muscles rippling beneath its rosette-spotted coat as it glides through the tangled brush. Every step is measured, every pause deliberate, as it negotiates the labyrinthine terrain with silent expertise. Its coat, a tapestry of rosettes and shadows, is a masterpiece of natural engineering. The intricate patterns fracture its outline, allowing the leopard to vanish into the interplay of light and foliage, a living phantom that defies detection. With a single breath, the leopard melts into the green tapestry, its form dissolving into the background. Even the sharpest eyes struggle to distinguish predator from leaf, as if the forest itself conspires to keep its secret. In the thickest thickets, the leopard becomes a mere suggestion, a whisper of movement, a fleeting shadow that lingers at the edge of perception. Its presence is sensed more than seen, a rumour that drifts through the woodland. Patience is its greatest weapon. The leopard waits, motionless, every muscle coiled beneath its skin, every sense attuned to the faintest vibration of life. It is a master of anticipation, reading the subtle language of the forest. When opportunity arises, the transformation is instantaneous. The leopard explodes from concealment, a blur of sinew and intent, its attack a symphony of speed and precision honed by countless generations. From the lofty vantage of a tree branch, the leopard surveys its domain. Its gaze sweeps across the tangled expanse below, every movement catalogued, every sound analysed. Here it is both ruler and ghost, a silent sentinel above the chaos. Moving with spectral grace, the leopard's tail trails behind like a wisp of smoke, never betraying its presence. Each step is cushioned by padded paws, engineered for silence, allowing it to drift through the trees without a sound. In these shadowed woods, the leopard is both legend and reality. Its passage is marked by a sudden hush, a stillness that settles over the forest, as if the very air holds its breath in reverence. Its eyes, ancient and unblinking, peer from the gloom. Each glance is a calculation, a testament to the leopard's unrivalled patience and razor-sharp intelligence, honed for the solitary life it leads. Every adaptation serves its purpose. Retractable claws that sheath in silence, allowing for stealthy approach. Padded paws that absorb the sound of movement, transforming the leopard into a ghost among the leaves. As dusk descends, the leopard's eyes ignite with an ethereal glow. Their structure, a marvel of evolution, captures even the faintest glimmer, granting the leopard unrivalled vision in the deepening night. Nightfall transforms the forest into a realm of mystery, but for the leopard it is a world of clarity. Every shadow becomes a potential path, every rustle a clue, as it navigates the darkness with effortless confidence. When prey is detected, the leopard's body becomes a sculpture of tension. Muscles ripple beneath its skin, every fibre primed for the perfect strike, its focus absolute and unwavering. In a single heartbeat, it surges forward, 36 miles per hour of raw, controlled power, each stride a testament to its athleticism and predatory mastery. For a fleeting instant, the leopard is pure motion, a streak of shadow and muscle, a force of nature unleashed upon the unsuspecting. Its strength is formidable, muscles flexing beneath the skin as it claims its prize. The leopard's power is not just in the hunt, but in the aftermath, where survival depends on what comes next. With jaws of iron and a neck built for endurance, the leopard secures its catch, refusing to relinquish its hard-won meal to the ever-present threat of scavengers. In a feat of astonishing strength, it hauls its prey into the treetops, defying gravity and the hungry eyes below. Here, in the high branches, the leopard's ingenuity ensures its meal remains untouched. Suspended above the reach of lions and hyenas, the leopard feasts in solitude. Each bite is a reward for its mastery of stealth, strength, and strategy, a solitary banquet earned through skill and patience. In this ever-shifting world of light and shadow, the leopard is more than a hunter. It is the living embodiment of the wild, elusive, powerful, and eternal, forever the master of shadows. As dawn breaks over the endless golden plains of Africa, a unique predator emerges from the shadows. The African wild dog, often called the painted wolf, is not defined by sheer power or solitary stealth. Instead, its true strength lies in the seamless unity of its pack, a living orchestra where every member, from the youngest pup to the oldest matriarch, plays a distinct and irreplaceable role in the grand symphony of survival. Each wild dog's coat is a masterpiece of nature. Splashed with ochre, black and white, no two patterns are ever the same. These vibrant markings serve as visual signatures, allowing pack members to instantly recognize one another, even in the chaos of a hunt or the dim light of dusk. More than mere decoration, these patterns are the emblems of a tightly knit family, united by bonds of loyalty and a shared destiny. Within the heart of the pack, relationships are woven with remarkable depth. Adults gently nurture the young, teaching them the subtle art of survival. Injured or sick members are never abandoned. Instead, they are protected and fed, their survival ensured by the collective will of the group. This profound sense of unity is the cornerstone of their existence, a living testament to the power of compassion and cooperation in a world where the vulnerable are so often left behind. Social intelligence pulses through every interaction. The wild dogs communicate with a complex language of body postures, expressive ears, and a chorus of vocalizations, yelps, whines, and chirps, each conveying subtle messages. Through these signals, the pack maintains perfect cohesion, ensuring that every member is attuned to the needs and intentions of the group. When the time to hunt arrives, the pack transforms into a single, fluid organism. Each dog assumes a specific role. Some drive the prey forward, others flank the sides, while a few anticipate and block escape routes. Their movements are so perfectly synchronized that it appears as if they are guided by an unseen conductor, each step and turn a note in a complex composition. Before the chase, a remarkable ritual unfolds. The wild dogs gather in a tight circle, tails wagging, bodies weaving through one another in a dance of anticipation. This is not mere excitement, it is a sophisticated form of decision-making. Researchers have discovered that these gatherings are a kind of democratic council, where the pack collectively decides whether to embark on the hunt. The signal for consensus is as unexpected as it is ingenious. A series of sneezes. Each sneeze is a vote, a silent affirmation of readiness. When a critical number of sneezes is reached, the decision is made, not by the dominance of a single leader, but by the collective will of the group. With the decision cast, the pack surges forward as one. Their bodies drop low, muscles coiled, senses sharpened to the faintest sound or scent. Every member is focused, their minds and bodies aligned in pursuit of a common goal. The results of this unity are extraordinary. African wild dogs boast a hunting success rate of nearly 80%, far surpassing the mighty lion, whose solitary or loosely coordinated hunts succeed only a quarter of the time. The wild dog's secret is not brute force, but relentless coordinated pursuit, where every member's effort amplifies the strength of the whole. The chase itself is a masterclass in endurance and strategy. The pack fans out, anticipating the prey's every feint and turn. They cut off escape routes, drive their quarry into open ground, and adapt their tactics in real time, each dog reading the movements of both prey and packmates with astonishing precision. Built for the marathon, the wild dog's body is a marvel of evolution. Long, slender legs and a deep chest allow for efficient oxygen intake, while a lean frame minimizes fatigue. These adaptations enable the wild dog to maintain speeds exceeding 40 miles per hour, sometimes for several miles, outlasting nearly any animal on the savannah. Few creatures can match this relentless stamina. The pack's tireless pace gradually wears down even the swiftest antelope, transforming the open grassland into a vast arena where only the most persistent can prevail. Their hunting strategy is as elegant as it is effective. Members take turns leading the pursuit, allowing others to fall back and recover. This relay system ensures that the pack never loses momentum and that fresh legs are always at the front, pressing the chase ever onward. When the prey finally falters, the pack closes in with swift precision. The kill is efficient, minimizing suffering, and the spoils are shared among all, adults, pups, and even the injured. No member is left hungry, and the youngest are always fed first, a testament to the pack's unwavering commitment to its future. This is not a tale of brute force, but of harmony, of many voices and bodies blending into a single, unstoppable force. Intelligence, cooperation, and empathy combine to create a predator greater than the sum of its parts, a living symphony that has echoed across the savannah for millennia. Yet this ancient symphony is now threatened. The painted wolves stand on the edge of silence, their numbers dwindling as the pressures of the modern world close in around them. Today, fewer than 6,600 mature wild dogs remain across the continent. Of these, only about 1,400 are able to breed. Each pack lost is a note missing from the savannah's song, a unique voice silenced forever. The threats are many: habitat loss, infectious disease, and the invisible barriers of roads and fences that fragment their world. These obstacles isolate packs, severing the ancient bonds that have sustained them for generations and eroding the intricate social fabric that is their greatest strength. When a pack vanishes, it is not just a family that disappears. It is a living library of knowledge, tactics, strategies, and stories honed over 40 million years of evolution, lost in an instant, never to be recovered. Each loss erases wisdom written not in books, but in the instincts and memories of the pack. This knowledge, passed down through generations, is irreplaceable, a treasure trove of survival strategies that cannot be recreated. If the painted wolves fall silent, the savannah will lose one of its most intricate and beautiful harmonies, a symphony of survival that has played for millions of years. The loss would echo far beyond the grasslands, a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains all life, and a call to preserve the wonders that still remain. As dawn breaks over the endless grasslands, the African savannah awakens, a living mosaic where every creature is a master of its own domain. Here, survival is not left to chance, but to the relentless refinement of evolutionary design. Each animal, from the swiftest predator to the most imposing grazer, is a specialist, perfectly adapted to the unique challenges of this sun-baked wilderness. Consider the cheetah, the undisputed speed champion of the plains. Its entire anatomy is engineered for acceleration and agility. The cheetah's flexible spine acts as a biological spring, compressing and releasing with each stride, while its elongated limbs and lightweight skeleton minimize resistance. Semi-retractable claws dig into the earth, providing unmatched traction, and its enlarged nasal passages gulp air to fuel its muscles. In a breathtaking display, the cheetah can rocket from a standstill to 70 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, making it the fastest land animal on Earth. Yet this explosive speed comes at a cost. The cheetah's body overheats rapidly, and its sprint can only be sustained for mere seconds before exhaustion sets in. Its slender frame, built for velocity rather than strength, leaves it vulnerable after the chase. Enlarged adrenal glands flood its system with adrenaline, but the price is swift fatigue. After a hunt, the cheetah must pause, panting heavily as its fast-twitch muscle fibers recover. In these moments, it is exposed, unable to defend its kill from opportunistic rivals. Every hunt is a race against time and temperature, with the ever-present risk of losing its hard-earned meal to more powerful predators lurking nearby. In stark contrast, the spotted hyena is a paragon of endurance and cunning. Far from being mere scavengers, hyenas are among the savanna's most effective hunters. Hyenas hunt in matriarchal clans, orchestrating complex strategies that rely on communication and cooperation. Their vocal repertoire, ranging from haunting whoops to manic giggles, serves as a sophisticated language, coordinating hunts that can stretch for miles across the plains. Social intelligence is the hyena's secret weapon. Within the clan, intricate alliances and a rigid hierarchy led by dominant females dictate every interaction. This structure ensures unity and efficiency, allowing hyenas to outmaneuver even the most formidable adversaries. Their physical adaptations are equally impressive. The hyena's jaws are the most powerful of any mammal, capable of crushing bones with ease. Self-sharpening teeth and a digestive system that can dissolve hooves and horns allow hyenas to consume nearly every part of their prey, leaving little to waste and thriving where others might starve. As ancient rivals of the lion, hyenas rely on resilience and teamwork, often standing their ground at kill sites and outlasting competitors through sheer tenacity and cooperation. Along the waterways, the Nile crocodile reigns as the ultimate ambush predator. Its existence is defined by patience and stealth. Pressure-sensitive pits along its jaws detect the faintest vibrations, alerting the crocodile to the presence of prey even before it is visible. Its armoured hide, studded with osteoderms, provides both protection and camouflage, allowing the crocodile to vanish into the riverbank, unseen by unsuspecting animals. A master of energy conservation, the crocodile can slow its heartbeat to just 2 beats per minute, remaining motionless for days as it waits for the perfect moment to strike. When the opportunity arises, its jaws snap shut with a force exceeding 22,000 newtons, instantly subduing even the largest prey. Sharing these waterways is the hippopotamus, a heavyweight specialist whose bulk belies its surprising agility in water. The hippo's skin secretes a unique substance known as hipposudoric acid, a natural sunscreen and antiseptic that shields against the harsh African sun and wards off infection from wounds sustained in territorial battles. Towering above the grasslands, the giraffe is a specialist of the treetops. Its extraordinary height grants access to foliage untouched by other herbivores and provides a sweeping vantage point to detect distant predators. Within its elongated neck lies a marvel of vascular engineering, a rete mirabile, a complex network of blood vessels that regulates pressure and flow, safeguarding the giraffe's brain when it lowers its head to drink. The giraffe's heart, weighing up to 24 pounds, generates twice the blood pressure of a human's, ensuring a steady supply of oxygen to its lofty head. One-way valves in the jugular veins and a tight skin sheath prevent blood from rushing to the brain, a vital adaptation for such a towering animal. From the cheetah's lightning sprint to the giraffe's sky-high vigilance, from the hyena's social mastery to the crocodile's silent patience and the hippo's aquatic resilience, each of these remarkable animals is a living testament to the intricate, ingenious adaptations that define the true specialists of the savannah. In this wild theatre, every species plays a vital role, their unique skills woven together in the grand tapestry of life. Across the vast, sun-drenched expanse of the African savannah, a profound transformation is underway, one that is nearly invisible to the casual observer, yet devastating in its scope. The delicate balance of life, forged over countless generations, is being disrupted at an unprecedented rate. Every blade of grass, every distant silhouette on the horizon is part of a story that is rapidly changing. Once these grasslands were alive with the thunder of hooves and the calls of predators. Herds of antelope stretched as far as the eye could see, while lions, elephants and giraffes moved in a complex dance of survival and interdependence. Each species played a unique role, weaving a tapestry of life that defined the continent's wild heart. Today, the lion, once the undisputed monarch of these plains, moves with a quiet solitude. His golden mane catches the last rays of sunlight, but his kingdom has shrunk to scattered territories, fragmented by invisible boundaries. The echo of his roar, once a nightly chorus, now fades into the silence of dusk. Fewer than 25,000 lions remain across the continent, their populations divided into isolated groups. Prides that once numbered dozens are now reduced to a handful, their territories shrinking as human settlements and farmland encroach upon ancient hunting grounds. In just 3 generations, barely 21 years, lion numbers have fallen by 43%. The decline is not just in numbers, but in the very fabric of their society. Cubs grow up in smaller, more vulnerable groups, and the loss of experienced hunters weakens the pride's ability to survive. The causes are relentless and varied. Expanding agriculture slices through migration corridors, while fences and roads create barriers that lions cannot cross. At the edges of their range, lions come into conflict with livestock, and the threat of retaliation is ever present. The lion's roar, once a declaration of power, now lingers as a memory. Each fading footprint in the sand is a testament to a lineage that has survived for millennia, now teetering on the edge of disappearance. The African elephant, the largest land mammal, faces a similarly dire fate. These giants, whose migrations once shaped the very landscape, now traverse a world marked by drought, shrinking water sources, and the ever-present spectre of poaching. Today, approximately 415,000 elephants remain. But this number conceals a harsh reality. In just 2 decades, their population has dropped by 30%. Once mighty herds now gather in smaller, more vulnerable groups, forced to compete for dwindling resources at shrinking waterholes. The relentless demand for ivory has left deep scars. Each missing tusk is a silent witness to violence, and every skull scattered across the savannah marks a life cut short by greed. When an elephant falls, the loss is felt far beyond the individual. Elephants are matriarchal, and the death of a leader erases generations of knowledge. Roots to hidden water, memories of distant droughts, and the wisdom to guide the herd through hardship. The matriarch's guidance is irreplaceable. Her memory of the land's secrets ensures the survival of the young and the cohesion of the herd. Without her, the group is left vulnerable, their future uncertain. Young elephants, deprived of experienced leadership, cluster together in confusion. Their social bonds fray, and their ability to adapt to changing conditions is diminished, leaving them exposed to the harsh realities of the savannah. The African wild dog, or painted wolf, faces an even more precarious existence. Once roaming in large, cohesive packs, they are now scattered into isolated groups, their numbers perilously low and their territories fragmented. Today, fewer than 6,600 adult wild dogs survive, with only about 1,400 capable of breeding. Each lost pack is the end of a unique genetic lineage, a break in the chain of cooperative hunting that has evolved over thousands of years. Their hunts, once a display of extraordinary teamwork and speed, are now rare. A single wild dog, separated from its pack, is a stark symbol of a species on the brink, its survival dependent on the strength of its social bonds. Disease, competition with larger predators, and the encroachment of human settlements unravel the intricate social fabric of wild dog packs. Each disruption weakens their ability to hunt, raise pups, and defend territory. Giraffes, the silent sentinels of the savannah, are also in quiet decline. Some subspecies, such as the Kordofan giraffe, are slipping toward extinction with little notice, their populations dwindling in fragmented habitats. Fewer than 2,000 Kordofan giraffes remain, with over half surviving within the relative safety of Zakuma National Park. Each individual is a living relic, a testament to resilience in a world that is closing in around them. The tracks left in the dust are more than mere imprints. They are the signatures of entire species, fading reminders of herds that once thundered across these plains in unison. Fragmented families, separated by fences and shrinking territories, struggle to maintain the bonds that once ensured their survival. As populations become isolated, genetic diversity withers, and the resilience of each species is eroded. The threats are many and relentless: poaching, habitat loss, drought, and disease. Each force chips away at the savannah's legacy, leaving wounds that may never fully heal. Yet, as dawn breaks over the grasslands, a fragile hope persists. The fate of these species is not yet sealed. The choices made now, by nature and by circumstance, will determine whether these numbers mark an end or a new beginning. The story of the savannah is written in the lives of its animals. As the sun sets on a landscape forever altered, the weight of what remains and what could yet be lost rests with the wild itself. The numbers of decline are not the final chapter, but a call to witness, to remember and to hope that the savannah's legacy endures beyond the silence. Beyond the sun-baked savannas of Africa, a world emerges where water is the architect of life, a vast, breathing mosaic where rivers carve their way through the heart of South America, shaping every living thing in their path. This is the Pantanal, the planet's largest tropical wetland, a boundless sanctuary where the rhythm of water dictates the rise and fall of entire ecosystems. Here, the land is in constant flux, its identity rewritten by the seasonal dance of flood and drought. Spanning 75,000 square miles across Brazil, Bolivia and Paraguay, the Pantanal is a living labyrinth. Its rivers twist and turn, feeding ephemeral lakes and nourishing emerald forests. Each year, the boundaries of this watery world are redrawn, as the pulse of the seasons transforms the landscape from a parched plain to a shimmering expanse of life. When the rains descend, rivers overflow their banks, submerging the land beneath a mirror of water. Sunlight glimmers on the surface, and forests become isolated islands, floating in a sea of reflection. The air is thick with the scent of wet earth and the chorus of awakening life. In this ever-changing realm, life flourishes in staggering abundance. Jaguars, the elusive rulers of the wetlands, and Yacaré caimans, armoured sentinels of the riverbanks, gather in numbers found nowhere else on earth. Their destinies are woven together by the ebb and flow of the floodwaters. The jaguar, silent and unseen, glides through dense vegetation. Its presence is felt in every shadow, every ripple along the river's edge, a sovereign whose rule is absolute, yet rarely witnessed. With a body built for power and agility, the jaguar is the largest feline in the Americas. Its gaze, sharp and unyielding, pierces the dappled light of the forest, revealing a predator honed by millennia of evolution. Each jaguar's coat is a masterpiece of camouflage, its rosettes blending seamlessly with the shifting shadows of the undergrowth. This living tapestry allows the hunter to vanish, unseen, as it stalks its prey through tangled roots and dense foliage. Unlike any other big cat, the jaguar is a master of water. It glides effortlessly through flooded channels, its movements silent and precise. Here it hunts not only on land, but beneath the water's surface, ambushing prey with a sudden, explosive force. The jaguar's prey is as diverse as the Pantanal itself. Capybaras graze warily at the water's edge, ever alert for the sudden rush of a predator. Even the formidable Yacaré caiman, armoured and powerful, is vulnerable to the jaguar's crushing bite, a force capable of piercing bone and scale alike. In the winding rivers, another apex predator thrives, the giant otter. Sleek and powerful, these otters are as social as they are formidable, moving through the water with effortless grace. The largest otters in the world, they hunt as a family, weaving through aquatic plants with synchronized precision. Their teamwork is unmatched, allowing them to outmaneuver even the swiftest fish. Their voices echo across the water, a complex language of whistles, barks, and screams that binds the group together. As they patrol their territory, every member is alert, ready to defend against rivals or predators. Fearless and agile, giant otters hunt with astonishing speed. They seize fish in powerful jaws, even taking on razor-toothed piranhas. Their bites are swift and decisive, a testament to their dominance in these waters. The presence of thriving otter families is a sign of a healthy river. Their survival depends on the clarity and abundance of the Pantanal's waters, making them living indicators of the ecosystem's vitality. Along the muddy banks, Yacaré caimans bask in the sun, their numbers reaching into the millions. These ancient reptiles are a living testament to the Pantanal's fertility, their presence shaping the balance of life along every waterway. With only their eyes and nostrils exposed, caimans wait in absolute stillness. Their patience is legendary, their camouflage perfect as they blend seamlessly with the marsh, ready to strike at the slightest movement. As the dry season advances, the wetlands shrink. Caimans cluster in dwindling pools or sprawl across sun-baked mud, enduring the harshest months with stoic resilience. The struggle for survival intensifies as water becomes scarce. Some caimans burrow deep into the cooling mud, entering a state of torpor. Here they wait, conserving energy until the rains return and the wetlands are reborn in a surge of life. Above the flooded forests, The hyacinth macaw soars on sapphire wings. Its vibrant plumage flashes against the green canopy, a living jewel in the sky. With a beak powerful enough to crack the hardest palm nuts, the macaw is both feeder and gardener. Each meal sows the seeds of future forests, ensuring the Pantanal's renewal with every bite, a vital force in the endless cycle of life in South America's watery realm. From the golden sweep of the African savanna, where the grass whispers with the footsteps of giants, our journey begins. Here, beneath the endless sky, every creature is a living page in the library of life, each one inscribed with the wisdom of survival, adaptation, and resilience. The sun's first rays illuminate a tapestry of movement. Herds of antelope weaving through tall grass, elephants tracing ancient migratory paths, and predators lurking in the shadows, each playing a role in a story millions of years in the making. As the sun sets, we glide to the lush, labyrinthine waterways of the Pantanal, where the world is written in water and shadow. In these wetlands, the story of life unfolds in ripples and reflections, every movement a testament to the delicate balance that sustains this realm. Capybaras slip silently into the water. Caimans bask on muddy banks, and jaguars prowl the tangled undergrowth, each species adapting to the rhythm of flood and drought, predator and prey locked in a perpetual dance. Across continents and habitats, a universal truth emerges. The fate of these magnificent beings is not decided by brute force alone, but by a tapestry woven from intelligence, memory, and the silent language of instinct. Lions and elephants, though rivals in strength, share the land through a complex web of interactions, each aware of the other's presence, each adapting strategies honed by generations of trial and error. Watch as the matriarch leads her herd, her memory a living map of waterholes and safe passage. Her wisdom, passed down through generations, is the thread that binds her family to the land. She senses distant storms, recalls the scent of hidden springs, and guides her kin away from danger, her every step a lesson in survival etched into the earth. In the tall grass, lions gather, their eyes glinting with strategy. Each hunt is a lesson in patience and cooperation, a dance of shadows and silence where every move is calculated. The pride's youngest members learn by watching, absorbing the subtle cues of their elders, the flick of a tail or the twitch of an ear, signalling when to advance or hold back. Wild dogs, masters of unity, move as one, each member attuned to the others, their success a chorus of shared purpose and trust. Their coordinated chases are a marvel of instinct and communication, with every yelp and glance reinforcing the bonds that make them formidable hunters. In the stillness of the riverbank, a crocodile waits, ancient and unblinking. Its patience is a lesson written in the slow turning of seasons, a wisdom honed by countless generations. Motionless for hours, it senses the faintest vibrations, striking with precision when opportunity arises. A living relic of a world that predates the savanna itself. The gaze of an elephant, the watchful rest of a leopard, each is a vessel of knowledge, a living archive of what it means to endure. The elephant's eye reflects memories of drought and abundance, while the leopard's stillness conceals a mind calculating every sound and scent in its domain. Every adaptation, every learned behaviour is a line in the great book of life. The memory of a matriarch, the warning cry of a sentinel, the subtle shift of a herd, all are vital chapters in the survival of the wild. From the camouflage of a chameleon to the migratory routes of wildebeest, each adaptation is a response to the ever-changing script of nature. The matriarch's journey across the plains is a living story, her footsteps echoing with the knowledge of drought and abundance, danger and sanctuary. Her leadership ensures the survival of her family, her choices shaped by memories that stretch back decades. High in the treetops, a baboon's alarm call rings out, a single note that ripples through the forest, warning antelope, birds and monkeys alike. In this moment, the Library of Life is alive with communication, each species reading and responding to the signals of others. The forest becomes a network of sentinels, each call and response a thread in the web of survival. Far above, the hyacinth macaw soars, a flash of blue against the green. With every flight, it carries seeds across the canopy, planting the future with each beat of its wings. The macaw's journey is a bridge between generations of trees, its role as a gardener essential to the renewal of the forest. When a macaw vanishes, it is not just a bird that is lost, but a gardener of the forest, a keeper of renewal. The absence of its wings means fewer seeds scattered, fewer trees rising to shade the next generation of life. The fade-in footprints in the dust are more than a sign of absence. They are the erasure of a unique set of skills, a chapter closed forever. Each vanished track is a story untold, a lesson in survival lost to the ages. The solitary lion, the empty den, these are the silent witnesses to a story interrupted, a manual of survival lost to time. The extinction of a species is the burning of a library, its knowledge gone with the wind. The den, once alive with the sounds of cubs, now echoes with silence, a testament to what has been lost. Today, as the sun rises on the 7th of July, 2026, the libraries of life stand on the brink. Flames consume ancient forests, grasslands vanish beneath the weight of change, and the stories, written in fur, feather and scale, are threatened with erasure. The crackle of fire drowns out the calls of birds, and the smoke blots out the sun, leaving only memories where vibrant life once thrived. Lion prides dwindle, their territories shrinking, their roars fading into memory. The once mighty coalitions are reduced to scattered individuals, their social bonds frayed by loss and isolation. Elephant herds grow smaller, the wisdom of elders lost with each passing season. Wild dogs and giraffes, once abundant, now walk the razor's edge of existence. The bones of fallen giants bleach in the sun, silent reminders of the fragility of life. The wild dog's chorus grows thin, the giraffe's silhouette rare against the horizon. The world's great libraries are being dismantled, shelf by shelf, by forces beyond their control. Each missing voice is a lost chapter, each empty space a gap in the story of the wild. Farmland creeps into wild spaces, cities rise where herds once roamed, and the ancient dialogue between species is silenced. The patchwork of fields and roads fragments the wilderness, severing the connections that once allowed life to flourish in harmony. The Savannah falls quiet, trails grow cold, and the wisdom of millennia is swept away in the hush of twilight. The silence is profound, a void where once the air vibrated with the calls and footsteps of countless creatures. Yet within this silence, hope stirs. The task before us is vast, as boundless as the landscapes themselves, but the story is not yet finished. Across the wild, life persists, resilient, ingenious and determined. New generations rise, learning to navigate a world in flux, their instincts and intelligence tested as never before. In the heart of protected lands, the pages of the library are preserved. Here, the tracks of young animals crisscross the earth, each step a new sentence in the ongoing narrative of survival. Herds gather at waterholes, predators and prey coexist, and the ancient rhythms of life continue, undisturbed by the encroachment of the modern world. Protected lands become sanctuaries, where the pages of the library are preserved and new chapters are written in the tracks of young animals. In these refugees, the intricate relationships between species are maintained, and the wisdom of elders is passed on to the next generation. In these havens, herds gather at waterholes, predators and prey coexist, and the ancient rhythms of life continue. The air is alive with the calls of birds, the trumpeting of elephants, and the distant roar of lions, each sound a testament to the resilience of the wild. Every species, every individual, is a vital cog in the intricate machinery of the wild. Their stories are interwoven, their destinies shared. The loss of one thread weakens the whole, but together they form a tapestry of life that is both beautiful and strong. The urgency of now is a call that echoes across continents, a plea to protect, to cherish, and to learn from the living libraries that surround us. The choices we make today will determine which stories endure and which are lost forever. As dawn breaks, hope rises with it. Young animals take their first steps, guided by the wisdom of their elders, inheriting a world still rich with possibility. The promise of renewal is written in every sunrise, every birth, every act of survival. Let us ensure that the library of life remains open, its stories told in the roar of the lion, the trumpet of the elephant, the flight of the macaw, and the silent wisdom of the wild. For if we act now, the great, beautiful and complex story of our planet will continue, its pages turning, its voices singing, never ending in silence. The future of the wild is unwritten, and with every choice we hold the pen. Beneath the endless expanse of golden grasses, where the first rays of sunlight flicker across a rippling sea of blades, an invisible web stretches, complex, resilient and vital. This web is not made of silk or wire, but of relationships, dependencies and exchanges, binding every living thing in the savannah into a single breathing organism. Here, survival is a communal act, a tapestry woven from the movements and choices of countless species. Each animal, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays a role in maintaining the balance that allows life to flourish. A herd of impala, their coats dappled by the morning light, graze with delicate precision. Their velvet muzzles pluck the freshest shoots, trimming the grass and subtly sculpting the landscape. As the impala move, they leave behind cropped trails, opening corridors for zebra and wildebeest, who follow these paths to reach untouched grazing grounds. Warthogs, ever opportunistic, root through the loosened earth, searching for bulbs and roots exposed by the grazer's passage. The movement of hooves stirs the air, sending insects into a flurry above the grass. Birds, perched high in the acacia trees, watch intently, their sharp eyes tracking every flutter and leap. On the ground, a secretary bird strides with deliberate grace, its long legs parting the grass as it scans for the faintest sign of movement, each step a calculated risk in the hunt for prey. Suddenly it strikes, a blur of precision and power, dispatching a venomous snake with a crushing blow. What was once a threat is now sustenance, energy transferred from one life to another. High above, a Batua eagle rides the thermals, its wings casting a fleeting shadow over the plains. With each circle, it surveys for the faintest movement, a rodent scurrying, a lizard basking, ready to swoop and claim its prize, ensuring that nothing is wasted in this cycle of life. Beneath the surface, hidden from the sun, termites labour tirelessly in their subterranean cities. Their tunnels and chambers are alive with activity, a world within a world. These tiny engineers break down dead wood and plant matter, transforming decay into fertile soil. Their work enriches the earth, creating nutrient-rich patches that nourish the next generation of grasses and flowers. Around their mounds, life flourishes. Flowering plants take root in the enriched soil, drawing in antelope who graze on the lush vegetation and find shelter among the sculpted towers. As the sun dips below the horizon, a pride of lions awakens beneath the acacia's shade. Muscles ripple as they stretch, preparing for the night's hunt. The lion's movements send a ripple through the ecosystem. Herds scatter in alarm, birds burst into flight, and the air is charged with anticipation, every creature alert to the shifting balance of power. A lioness launches into pursuit, her muscles coiled with purpose. The chase is swift and decisive. If she succeeds, the pride feasts, and the energy of the savannah is redistributed, feeding not only the lions, but a host of silent scavengers waiting in the shadows. When the lions have had their fill, hyenas and jackals move in, their calls echoing through the darkness. They strip the bones clean, ensuring that every morsel is consumed, every scrap returned to the cycle. Even after the scavengers depart, the smallest recyclers, dung beetles, vultures and ants, descend upon the remains. Dung beetles roll nutrient-rich balls away, while ants and vultures pick clean what little is left, returning vital elements to the soil. In the cool hush before dawn, dew settles on the grass, and silhouettes of animals emerge against the pale horizon. The land breathes, renewed by the night's events. Fresh shoots push through the soil, nourished by the nutrients left behind. The grass glistens with the promise of new life, each blade a testament to the cycle's unbroken rhythm. As the sun rises, grazers return to feed, and predators watch from the shadows. Every movement, every glance, is a thread in the vast network of interdependence that defines the savannah. Herds intermingle, species coexist, and the boundaries between predator and prey, competitor and collaborator blur in the dance of survival. Each interaction, whether a fleeting glance, a shared waterhole, or a dramatic chase, adds a note to the savannah's symphony, a harmony of tension and cooperation, scarcity and abundance. The invisible web, woven from countless exchanges, holds firm. It binds the fate of every creature, from the smallest ant to the mightiest elephant, in a network of mutual reliance. In the tranquil moments between storms, as the wind whispers through the grass and thunder rumbles on the horizon, the story of the savannah continues, told in the endless, intricate connections that sustain this wild, magnificent land. Above the vast rolling plains of the African savannah, the sky reigns as both sentinel and sovereign. Its ever-shifting moods, sometimes gentle, sometimes merciless, etch the destiny of every creature and blade of grass below. The horizon stretches endlessly, a living canvas where the drama of weather unfolds in sweeping, unpredictable strokes. Each year, the sky's command orchestrates the great migrations. Wildebeest, zebra, and antelope sense subtle changes in the air. Humidity rising, the scent of distant rain carried on the wind. These cues trigger ancient instincts, sending herds surging across the grasslands in search of water and fresh grazing, their movements a living response to the sky's silent signals. As the dry season tightens its grip, the sun blazes overhead, unyielding and relentless. Its rays scorch the earth, drawing every drop of moisture from the soil and air. Heat waves shimmer above the cracked, thirsty ground. Once verdant grasses wither to brittle gold, their roots clinging to life beneath the parched surface. The landscape transforms into a tapestry of dust and faded colour, every living thing conserving energy, waiting for relief. Rivers dwindle to narrow, muddy veins, their banks crowded by desperate herds. Elephants, antelope and buffalo jostle for space at shrinking waterholes, each sip a precious victory in the struggle against thirst. Elephants, guided by memory and wisdom passed down through generations, use their powerful tusks to dig deep into dry riverbeds. Their efforts reveal hidden reservoirs, sustaining not only themselves but countless other species who follow in their wake. Around these life-giving pools, a fragile truce forms. Zebra, buffalo and antelope gather, their differences set aside in the face of shared need. Each animal's presence is a testament to the resilience and adaptability demanded by the savanna's extremes. Dust devils twist and dance across the open plains, their swirling columns scattering seeds and insects. The wind, though harsh, becomes an agent of renewal, carrying the promise of future growth, even as it strips the land bare. In the shimmering heat, a solitary giraffe stretches its long neck to pluck the last green leaves from a resilient acacia. Each mouthful is hard-won, the bounty of the tree dwindling as the dry season deepens. Predators, too, feel the sky's command. Lions and cheetahs crouch in the thinning grass, their golden coats blending with the parched landscape. Hunger sharpens their senses, and every movement is calculated, for prey is scarce, and every hunt carries risk. Yet the sky is ever-changing, its temperament unpredictable. Clouds gather and disperse in mesmerizing patterns, hinting at transformation. One evening the horizon darkens as towering storm clouds rise, their undersides bruised with purple and grey. The air grows electric, charged with anticipation. The first heavy drops strike the dust, sending up tiny puffs as the earth drinks greedily. Lightning forks across the sky, thunder rolling in deep resonant waves, a promise of change fulfilled. Rain falls in torrents, drumming the ground with a relentless rhythm. The parched savanna is transformed in moments, the air thick with the scent of wet earth and new beginnings. Water seeps into the cracked soil, swelling hidden seeds and coaxing dormant roots to life. Rivers swell and rush, carving new paths through the landscape, their banks teeming with renewed activity. As night falls, frogs emerge from their hiding places, their calls rising in a jubilant chorus. Termites erupt from their mounds in shimmering clouds, providing a feast for birds and bats that swoop and dart through the humid air. The transformation is swift and dramatic. Within days, the savanna shifts from dusty gold to vibrant green, a living mosaic of grasses and wildflowers. Grasses surge skyward, their blades thick and lush. Wildflowers bloom in a riot of colour, their petals fleeting but brilliant, attracting pollinators from miles around. New life abounds. Calves and foals, born in synchrony with the rains, struggle to their feet, guided by instinct and the gentle nudges of their mothers. Their first steps mark the beginning of a perilous journey, but also the hope of renewal. Wildebeest and zebra gather in vast thundering herds, their numbers swelling as they follow ancient migration routes. From above, their movement forms living rivers, flowing toward the richest pastures, each step a gamble against predators and the unpredictable whims of the weather. But the sky's gifts are double-edged. Lightning splits the night, igniting wildfires that race across the plains, their flames consuming dry grass in a crackling inferno. Fire, though fierce and destructive, is also a force of renewal. It clears away old growth, releases nutrients locked in the soil, and paves the way for new shoots to emerge. In the wake of the flames, green shoots push through the ash, their tender leaves drawing grazers back to the rejuvenated land. The cycle of destruction and rebirth is as old as the savanna itself. Above it all, the sky remains ever watchful, its moods dictating the rhythm of life below. Clouds drift and reform, casting shifting shadows that cool the earth and signal the next change. The interplay of storms and droughts, gentle mists and howling winds weaves a complex tapestry that sets the tempo for every heartbeat on the savanna. For every inhabitant, survival depends not only on strength or cunning, but on an intimate understanding of the sky's patterns. Animals seek shelter from sudden downpours, forage eagerly after drought, and move with the shifting winds, their lives attuned to the pulse of the heavens. In every shift of weather, the intricate web of life is tested and renewed. Insects emerge in abundance, birds feast, and the land teems with activity, each interaction a thread in the savanna's living tapestry. The story of the savanna is written not only in the struggles of predator and prey, but in the restless clouds, the life-giving rains, and the winds that sweep across this wild, ever-changing land. Each element a vital force in the grand, ongoing symphony of survival. As the sun dips below the horizon, the savanna is bathed in a final golden glow, shadows stretching long across the grasslands. The air cools, and the last calls of diurnal birds fade, replaced by a hush that signals the coming of night. Darkness seeps into every hollow and thicket, transforming the familiar landscape into a realm of uncertainty and opportunity. Under the velvet sky, a hidden world stirs. The savanna's nocturnal tapestry is woven from silence, shadow, and the subtle movements of its most elusive hunters. The night belongs to those who move unseen, predators whose senses are sharpened by evolution, whose survival depends on patience and precision. Beneath a thorny acacia, a pair of amber eyes glint, reflecting the faintest starlight. The leopard waits, her breathing slow and measured, every muscle coiled in anticipation. She slips from cover, her rosette-patterned coat merging seamlessly with the dappled shadows. Each movement is deliberate, her paws barely disturbing the dew-laden grass. The leopard's approach is a masterclass in stealth. She reads the wind, senses the faintest tremor of a nearby animal, and adjusts her path accordingly. With a fluid leap, she ascends a low-hanging branch, pausing to survey the ground below. Her vantage point offers both concealment and a strategic advantage. Moonlight filters through the canopy, painting her coat in shifting patterns. She becomes nearly invisible, a phantom poised above her quarry. Below, a duiker nibbles at tender shoots, its ears flicking at the slightest sound. Oblivious to the danger overhead, it is a heartbeat away from fate. In a blur of motion, the leopard descends. Her muscles unleash stored energy in a single explosive pounce. Her claws find their mark, and the hunt is over before the duiker can react. Elsewhere, the tall grass rustles with the arrival of painted wolves. African wild dogs gather, their mottled coats blending with the moonlit savanna. They communicate in a language of whines, chirps and tail signals, each gesture reinforcing the pack's unity. The hunt is a communal affair, orchestrated with remarkable coordination. The pack fans out, each member attuned to the other's movements. Their strategy is fluid, adapting to the terrain and the behaviour of their prey. A solitary impala stands frozen, its senses straining to detect the threat. The air is thick with tension, every sound magnified in the darkness. Suddenly the chase erupts. The wild dogs surge forward, their stamina unmatched, weaving through the grass in relentless pursuit. The impala darts and twists, but the pack's teamwork is unyielding. When the hunt ends, the pack gathers around their prize. Each member, from the dominant pair to the youngest pup, shares in the meal, reinforcing bonds that are vital for survival. Overhead, a barn owl glides silently, its wings engineered for stealth. The owl's flight is ghost-like, undetectable to both prey and rival. With eyes adapted to the faintest light, and ears capable of pinpointing the tiniest rustle, the owl scans the ground below, searching for the subtle movements of rodents. It hovers, listening intently, filtering out the chorus of insects to focus on the telltale scurry of a mouse beneath the grass. In a flash, the owl plunges, talons extended. The strike is swift and silent, a testament to the precision of a predator evolved for the night. In the dense undergrowth, a serval prowls. Its slender frame and elongated legs allow it to move effortlessly through the tangled grass, each step calculated to avoid detection. The serval's oversized ears rotate independently, capturing the faintest vibrations from underground. It listens for the subtle movements of burrowing rodents. Suddenly it springs upward, launching itself high above the grass. The leap is both graceful and powerful, ending in a pinpoint strike as the serval lands precisely where its prey hides. Across the savannah, every movement is scrutinized. Night vision reveals a world alive with cautious activity, each animal acutely aware of the dangers that lurk in the darkness. Spotted hyenas emerge, their forms ghostly in the moonlight. They move with purpose, their senses tuned to opportunity and threat alike. Their calls, part laughter, part warning, echo across the plains, signalling territory and intent to any who listen. Hyenas are both hunters and scavengers, unbound by the constraints of daylight. They patrol the night, seeking out the remains of kills or launching their own coordinated attacks. In clans, they confront rivals, their social structure complex and dynamic. Each member plays a role, from scouts to enforcers, ensuring the clan's dominance over resources. Their jaws, unmatched in strength, make short work of bone and sinew. Nothing is wasted. Every scrap is consumed, a testament to their efficiency as nocturnal survivors. Yet the night is not solely the domain of predators. Hares crouch motionless in the undergrowth, their bodies pressed flat against the earth, while bush babies leap nimbly from branch to branch, their enormous eyes reflecting the starlight. Nightjars skim the grass, their wide mouths snapping up moths and beetles drawn to the moon's glow. Their flight is erratic, perfectly adapted to the unpredictable movements of their prey. Every creature, predator and prey alike, moves with heightened awareness. The night amplifies every sound, every scent, every flicker of movement. A world where survival depends on vigilance and adaptation. As the first hints of dawn colour the sky, the nocturnal hunters melt away. Their forms vanish into the brush, leaving behind only the faintest traces of their passage. The savannah, now washed in pale blue, reveals the aftermath. tracks pressed into the soft earth, a scattering of feathers, the silent evidence of the night's dramas. The secret symphony of the night fades, replaced by the chorus of awakening birds and the gentle stirrings of diurnal life. In the savannah, the struggle for survival is a continuous cycle, unbound by the sun's rise or fall. The night is a stage for strategies unseen by day, where only the most adaptable endure. Here, alliances are forged in silence, and every movement is a calculated risk. The darkness conceals both danger and opportunity, shaping the destinies of all who dwell within it. Beneath the watchful gaze of the stars, the savannah's true rulers emerge, creatures whose mastery of the night ensures that life, in all its complexity, endures until the dawn. As the relentless dry season deepens, the savannah undergoes a dramatic transformation. The once vibrant grasslands fade beneath the unyielding sun, their golden hues replaced by a tapestry of dust and brittle stems. From above, the vast expanse appears scorched and silent, a land holding its breath. Rivers that once carved lifelines through the plains now dwindle to fractured channels, their beds etched with deep cracks. Ancient waterholes, lifeblood of countless generations, recede into muddy hollows, shrinking further each day beneath the pitiless glare. The air itself shimmers with oppressive heat, distorting the horizon. Grass, once lush and nourishing, curls and browns, its blades snapping underfoot. Each stalk is a testament to the sun's dominance, brittle and lifeless. Across this parched landscape, the search for water becomes a daily ordeal. Tracks crisscross the dust, evidence of herds and solitary wanderers alike, each step a silent plea for relief. The struggle for survival is written in every footprint pressed into the hardened earth. In the haze, a matriarchal elephant leads her family with unwavering resolve. Her vast memory, a living map of the land, guides them across the dust-choked plains, past familiar landmarks now transformed by drought. She recalls a hidden spring, its location etched in her mind from seasons long past. The herd follows, hope flickering in their weary eyes, as they move with purpose toward the promise of water. Calves, unsteady and exhausted, stumble through the dust. Their trunks sweep the ground, searching for the faintest trace of moisture, learning the ancient rituals of survival from their elders. At last, the herd reaches a shrinking pool. They gather at its edge, drinking deeply, savouring each precious drop. The water is muddy, but it is life itself, restoring strength, if only for a moment. Yet, with every visit, the pool grows shallower. The mud thickens, churned by desperate feet, and the water recedes further, leaving only a memory of abundance. Soon nothing remains but thirst, a void where water once flowed, and animals gather in vain, their hope fading with the sun. Elsewhere, a pride of lions sprawls beneath the sparse shade of an acacia. Their bodies are languid, tongues lolling as they pant in the stifling heat, conserving every ounce of energy. Prey animals, wildebeest, zebra and antelope, gather at the last remaining waterholes. Their senses are heightened, every muscle tensed as they drink in uneasy truce, ever watchful for danger. The lions wait in the tall, withered grass, eyes fixed on the silhouettes of their quarry. They bide their time, knowing that every failed hunt wastes precious energy they cannot afford to lose. Hunger gnaws at their bellies, but thirst is the greater torment. Their lips crack, and their eyes glaze with longing for water. As dusk settles, a solitary giraffe makes her way toward a shrinking pond. Her long legs move with careful deliberation, each step measured against the risk that awaits. She kneels awkwardly, splaying her legs to lower her neck. Vulnerable, she dips her head to drink, every muscle taut with caution. Beneath the surface, crocodiles lurk, silent, patient, and deadly. Drawn by the congregation of the thirsty, they wait for the unwary, their eyes just above the muddy water. The giraffe drinks quickly, her reflection fractured by ripples. Each sip is a gamble, but the need for water outweighs the ever-present threat. Even the smallest creatures are not spared. Rodents and insects burrow deeper, seeking pockets of moisture hidden beneath the surface. Reptiles bask in the heat, conserving energy, their movements slow and deliberate. A family of warthogs roots tirelessly in the hardened ground, unearthing bulbs and tubers that hold the last vestiges of moisture. Their snouts are caked with dust, but their persistence is unwavering. Birds gather in dwindling flocks, their feathers ruffled and wings heavy. Some perch in the sparse trees, others cluster at the edges of shrinking pools, their calls subdued by exhaustion. Among them, the resilient sand grouse embark on epic flights across the arid plains. At the water's edge, they soak their breast feathers, absorbing precious droplets to carry back to their distant waiting chicks, an ingenious adaptation to scarcity. At the waterhole, boundaries blur. Predators and prey, rivals and allies gather side by side, united by a single overwhelming need. For a brief moment, survival eclipses the ancient laws of the hunt. Buffalo, impala, cheetah, and even the silent owl are drawn to these vanishing sources. Their paths converge in uneasy truce, each animal acutely aware of the others, yet compelled by thirst to risk proximity. For a fleeting instant, the savannah's great drama pauses. At the water's edge, predator and prey drink side by side, the tension of survival momentarily suspended by the urgency of thirst. As night falls, the landscape is bathed in silver light. The heat recedes, but the parched earth offers no relief. The moon rises over a land still yearning for rain. A cool breeze stirs, and dew forms on the grass, offering a brief respite to those who can find it. Yet, for most, the thirst remains unquenched. In burrows and thickets, creatures wait in silence. Nocturnal animals emerge cautiously, their senses sharpened, alert for the first distant rumble of thunder that might signal hope. Overhead, clouds begin to gather, drifting across the sky in slow procession. They promise relief, yet hold back, casting shifting shadows over the thirsty land. Every creature, from the mightiest elephant to the smallest insect, is tested by this season of scarcity. Eyes grow dull, bodies thin, and movements slow, but the will to endure remains unbroken. The savannah itself endures, shaped by hardship and awaiting renewal. Its cycles are ancient, its resilience profound, each drought a chapter in its ongoing story. When the first drops finally fall, the transformation is immediate. The earth softens, grass surges upward in vibrant green, and rivers begin to flow once more. Life returns in a jubilant rush, and the savannah breathes again. Until that moment, the savannah waits in silent anticipation. Every heartbeat, every rustle in the grass echoes the unspoken question. Will water return in time to save those who endure? In the vast, open expanse of the African savannah, survival is a relentless pursuit, a daily contest where every blade of grass and shifting shadow could spell either safety or sudden peril. Here the rules are written in instinct and adaptation, and every creature must master the art of evasion to endure. Prey animals are far from passive. They are vigilant strategists, their senses sharpened by generations of selective pressure. Each member of a herd is both a sentinel and a survivor, constantly scanning the horizon for the faintest sign of movement. A group of impala grazes beneath the unforgiving sun, their bodies relaxed but their minds alert, every muscle ready to spring into action at the slightest provocation. Their oversized mobile ears rotate independently, capturing the subtlest rustle of grass or snap of a twig, while their wide-set eyes provide a panoramic view, detecting even the most camouflaged predator. At the first tremor of danger, the herd reacts as one, exploding into a coordinated burst of speed, each animal relying on the collective awareness of the group. Impalas employ a remarkable tactic known as stotting, leaping high and erratically, twisting mid-air to confuse and disorient their pursuers, making it nearly impossible for a predator to predict their next move. Not far away, a dazzle of zebras forms a living labyrinth, their movements synchronized in a mesmerizing display of unity. The bold black and white stripes of each zebra, so distinct in isolation, merge into a shifting tapestry when the herd moves, creating a visual illusion that baffles predators and makes it nearly impossible to single out an individual. When a threat emerges, the entire herd pivots in perfect unison, the confusion of stripes and bodies creating a moving shield that frustrates even the most determined hunter. For wildebeest, the struggle begins at birth. Calves are thrust into a world of danger, forced to stand and take their first trembling steps within minutes of entering the world. Their survival depends on immediate mobility. Within moments, they must keep pace with the herd, relying on raw speed and endurance to avoid becoming easy prey. During the Great Migration, tens of thousands of wildebeest surge across the plains in a living tide, their sheer numbers overwhelming predators and providing safety through chaos and confusion. Smaller inhabitants of the savannah, though less conspicuous, are no less ingenious. Each species has evolved its own unique arsenal of evasive maneuvers. The spring hare, for example, relies on explosive zigzag leaps, its powerful hind legs propelling it unpredictably across open ground, making it a difficult target for any would-be attacker. The diminutive dik-dik, on the other hand, trusts in stillness and camouflage. When threatened, it freezes among the dappled shadows of the undergrowth, its small form blending seamlessly with the tangled thickets. Birds of the savannah have mastered the art of invisibility, keeping low to the ground and using the tall grasses as natural cover. The courser, a ground-dwelling bird, presses itself flat against the earth, its sandy plumage rendering it nearly invisible against the sun-baked soil. When danger draws near, it bursts into a rapid, erratic sprint, weaving unpredictably to evade the talons of aerial predators. Even the towering giraffe, seemingly exposed in the open, wields its height as a formidable advantage, scanning the horizon for threats long before they approach. Elevated above the sea of grass, giraffes act as sentinels, their sweeping gaze alerting nearby animals to the presence of predators with subtle, silent signals. If threatened, a giraffe's powerful hind legs become weapons of last resort, capable of delivering bone-shattering kicks that can deter even the boldest lion. Across the savannah, every adaptation, whether it be acute senses, cryptic coloration, or coordinated group tactics, has been shaped by the relentless pressure of predation, each behavior a testament to the ingenuity of survival. Some species rely on sheer speed, others on stealth and concealment, while many trust in the safety of numbers, each strategy a unique response to the ever-present threat of predation. Together, these tactics create a complex, ever-evolving dance, predator and prey locked in a silent, perpetual contest, each shaping the other's destiny in the crucible of the wild. In this unforgiving landscape, evasion is not merely a skill, but a finely honed art, where every heartbeat, every decision can mean the difference between life and loss, and where the story of survival is written anew with each passing day. Beneath the golden veil of grass, as the first rays of sunlight stretch across the endless plains, the Savannah awakens to a world shaped by intricate partnerships between plants and animals. Every blade, every hoofprint, and every fluttering wing is part of a vast, interconnected web that sustains this remarkable ecosystem. The ground is a tapestry of interwoven grasses and animal tracks, evidence of countless migrations and daily routines. Herds of wildebeest and zebra move in unison, their paths guided by the promise of fresh grazing, their hooves pressing seeds into the soil and shaping the very landscape they depend on. Scattered across the plains, acacia trees rise as living fortresses, their emerald crowns offering shade and sustenance in a land where both are precious. Their branches bristle with formidable thorns, nature's armour against the relentless appetites of grazers. Each thorn is a silent warning, a testament to the evolutionary arms race between plant and herbivore. But the acacia's defences are not limited to thorns alone. Around their trunks and branches, a bustling community of insects and birds finds refuge, each species drawn by the resources the tree provides. Among the most vital allies are tiny ants, who patrol the acacia's limbs with tireless vigilance. In exchange for sweet nectar secreted by the tree, these ants defend their host from leaf-eating invaders, forming a living shield that deters even the most determined grazers. When a giraffe's long tongue reaches for tender leaves, the ants swarm in coordinated defense, biting at sensitive muzzles and forcing the giant browsers to retreat. This alliance ensures the acacia's survival, while the ants thrive on the bounty it provides. The acacia, in turn, offers not just nectar, but shelter. Hollowed thorns become safe havens for ant colonies, and the tree's canopy provides a microhabitat for countless other creatures. Towering above the grasslands, elephants roam as the architects of the savannah. Their immense strength shapes the environment in ways both subtle and profound. As they strip bark and topple trees, elephants create sunlit clearings, making space for new grasses and shrubs to flourish. Their actions reset the balance between woodland and grassland, ensuring diversity across the landscape. After the rains, elephant footprints become miniature reservoirs, trapping precious water that sustains seedlings and thirsty insects alike. These temporary pools are lifelines in the dry season, nurturing new life in the most unexpected places. With every step, elephants disperse seeds encased in nutrient-rich dung. Their digestive journey softens tough seed coats, increasing the chances of germination and spreading the next generation of trees far beyond the parent's reach. Beneath the surface, a hidden world pulses with life. Roots intertwine with fungal networks, exchanging nutrients and water in a silent barter that sustains both plant and microbe. Termites, the master recyclers of the savannah, tunnel tirelessly through the earth. They break down dead grass and wood, transforming decay into fertile soil and releasing nutrients that fuel the next cycle of growth. Their mounds, rising like ancient fortresses, aerate the ground and regulate temperature and moisture, creating microhabitats for a host of other species. Within these earthen towers, lizards bask in the warmth, snakes hunt for prey, and burrowing owls nest in the cool, protected chambers, each species finding sanctuary in the labyrinthine depths. Above ground, the relentless grazing of herbivores sculpts the grasslands. Each bite prunes the vegetation, encouraging new shoots and maintaining the open character of the savanna. Wildebeest, zebras and gazelles graze side by side, each favouring different grasses and heights. Their varied appetites prevent any single species from dominating, fostering a mosaic of plant life. When threatened by insect pests, grasses release chemical signals into the air. These invisible messages summon predatory insects who hunt down the invaders and restore balance to the ecosystem. Even the smallest blades play a crucial role, anchoring the soil against erosion, trapping dew and rain, and providing shelter for countless invertebrates. When the rains finally arrive, the transformation is breathtaking. Dormant seeds awaken, and the savanna erupts in a riot of green and colour, signalling a time of abundance. Flowers unfurl and fruits ripen, attracting clouds of butterflies and flocks of birds. Each visitor plays a part in pollination or seed dispersal, ensuring the cycle of life continues. Birds feast on ripe fruit, carrying seeds to distant corners of the savanna, while butterflies and bees transfer pollen from bloom to bloom, weaving invisible threads of connection. From the smallest insect to the largest mammal, every creature is both beneficiary and benefactor, each action echoing through the ecosystem in ways both seen and unseen. The ripple of a hoof in a puddle, the flutter of wings among blossoms, the silent tunnelling beneath the soil, each is a thread in the fabric of the savanna's resilience. Here, survival is a collective endeavour, a symphony of interactions where strength and intelligence are measured not in isolation, but in the harmony of countless partnerships. The roots of resilience run deep, binding plant and animal in a network as ancient as the land itself. Above and below ground, these connections sustain the savanna through drought and abundance alike. In this world, every life is both giver and receiver, a living testament to the enduring power and complexity of nature's alliances, where the fate of one is forever entwined with the fate of all. Across the vast expanse of the savanna, certain creatures wield influence far beyond their numbers. These are the Keystone species, the silent architects whose actions shape the destiny of entire ecosystems. Their presence or sudden absence ripples outward, altering the balance of life in ways both immediate and profound. In the golden light of dawn, a pride of lions moves with measured precision. As apex predators, they regulate the populations of grazers, ensuring that herds do not swell beyond what the land can sustain. Each calculated hunt is a force of natural selection, culling the weak and the sick, and allowing the fittest to thrive. Without these top predators, the delicate equilibrium would quickly unravel, giving rise to overgrazed plains and dwindling plant life. Elsewhere, the termite mound rises above the grasses, an earthen monument to collective effort. These tiny engineers do more than recycle nutrients. Their intricate tunnels channel rainwater deep into the soil, preventing surface runoff and erosion. The mounds themselves create elevated islands during seasonal floods, offering refuge to insects, reptiles, and even small mammals. In times of drought, these structures retain precious moisture, supporting pockets of green when the surrounding land is parched and lifeless. The mighty elephant, too, stands as a keystone. With each toppled tree, they open up the canopy, allowing sunlight to reach the ground and nurturing a new generation of grasses and shrubs. Their migratory routes carve corridors through dense thickets, guiding other animals to waterholes and fresh grazing. Even their discarded tusks and bones become microhabitats, sheltering insects and providing minerals to gnawing porcupines. Beneath the surface, dung beetles labour tirelessly, rolling and burying the waste left behind by the giants of the savannah. Their work returns nutrients to the soil, fertilizing new growth and reducing the spread of parasites. These unheralded recyclers keep the cycle of life in motion, their efforts invisible yet indispensable. The acacia tree, its branches alive with ants and birds, is another linchpin. Its flowers offer nectar to pollinators, and its seeds, encased in tough pods, are scattered by browsing animals. When a fire sweeps across the plains, the acacia's thick bark and deep roots allow it to endure, sprouting fresh shoots that signal the rebirth of the landscape. Every keystone species, from the tiniest insect to the most imposing mammal, is a guardian of balance. When one falters, the entire web trembles. The savannah's resilience depends on these vital players, each performing a role honed by millennia of evolution. In this intricate tapestry, the loss of a single thread can reshape the pattern forever. As dusk settles and the air cools, the savannah stands as a testament to the power of interdependence. Here, keystone species are not just survivors, they are the foundation upon which all life rests. Their legacy is written in the shifting grass, the scattered seeds, and the silent, enduring pulse of the land. In honouring their place, the savannah endures, wild, balanced, and ever-changing. Beneath the sun-baked grasses and the thunder of hooves, an invisible world thrives, one that holds the very blueprint of the savannah's vitality. Here, in the rich, dark soil, billions of microscopic organisms toil in silence. These are the microbes, bacteria, fungi, and archaea, orchestrating a continuous transformation that sustains all life above. As the first rays of morning warm the earth, a slow alchemy begins. Decomposing leaves, animal dung and fallen branches become a feast for fungal hyphae, their slender threads weaving through the soil like fine lace. Each fragment broken down releases precious nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus and carbon, feeding the roots of acacias, baobabs and wild grasses. Bacteria form bustling colonies around these roots, forging symbiotic alliances. Nitrogen fixers draw life-giving gas from the atmosphere, converting it into compounds plants can use. In return, the plants supply sugars, fueling this unseen partnership. Mycorrhizal fungi extend their reach even further, connecting distant plants in a vast underground network, an ancient web that shares water, minerals, and even warnings of insect attack. As the dry season grips the land, microbial communities adapt. Some enter dormancy, encased in protective spores, waiting for the first drop of rain. Others continue ever so slowly to decompose stubborn plant fibres, building the soil's resilience for the next cycle of growth. When the rains finally come, a pulse of activity surges through the earth. Dormant seeds awaken, roots stretch deeper, and the microbial engineers resume their tireless work, driving the renewal of the savannah from the ground up. Invisible to the eye, yet omnipresent, these microorganisms are the foundation of fertility and growth. They determine which plants thrive, which nutrients flow, and how swiftly the land recovers from fire, drought, and flood. Without them, the savannah's giants would falter, and the intricate web of life would unravel at its roots. As twilight deepens and the surface world quiets, the soil remains alive with silent industry. Here, in the hidden chambers beneath the grass, the legacy of the savannah is continually rewritten, one microscopic act at a time. Beneath the sweeping grasslands and scattered acacia trees rises a landscape of miniature fortresses, termite mounds, sculpted from soil and saliva, standing as silent sentinels across the savannah. Each mound is a testament to collective ingenuity, built grain by millions of tireless workers. From a distance, these earthen towers appear inert, but within they pulse with life and purpose. Deep inside, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers stretches downward, maintaining a perfect balance of temperature and humidity. Here, the termite colony thrives, shielded from the searing midday heat and the chill of night. Workers tend to gardens of cultivated fungus, their primary food source, recycling dead wood and plant material gathered from above. This underground agriculture breaks down tough cellulose, returning vital nutrients to the soil, an ecological service unmatched by any other animal. Soldiers, blind yet vigilant, patrol the passageways, their oversized jaws ready to defend against marauding ants and other intruders. The queen, hidden in the deepest chamber, is the engine of the colony, laying thousands of eggs each day to ensure the mound's future. As dawn breaks, winged elates emerge in synchrony, launching into the sky on fragile wings. Their fleeting flight is a spectacle of hope and risk, as birds and lizards snap at the airborne swarm. Only a handful will survive to found new colonies, continuing the ancient cycle. The mounds themselves shape the destiny of the savannah. Their intricate ventilation systems draw fresh air through the soil, aerating and enriching it for grasses and trees. During the wet season, rainwater channels along the mound's surface, reducing erosion and nurturing seedlings that sprout at their base. In the dry months, the mounds retain moisture, creating microhabitats for insects, reptiles, and even burrowing mammals seeking refuge from the harsh sun. In the endless rhythm of life, termites are more than builders. They are architects of balance, transforming the land beneath our feet. Their silent industry sustains the fertility of the savannah, weaving another vital thread into the tapestry of this wild, enduring realm. Across the sun-baked plains, an unassuming army begins its daily march. Dung beetles, the tireless recyclers of the savannah. With the first rays of morning, these compact creatures emerge, drawn by the scent of opportunity left behind by grazing giants. Each beetle, guided by acute chemical sensors, navigates the labyrinth of grasses to locate fresh droppings, a resource that fuels not only their survival, but the entire ecosystem. In a remarkable display of strength, a single beetle can roll a ball of dung many times its own weight, maneuvering it across uneven ground. Some species work alone, others in pairs, competing fiercely for the choicest fragments. The scene unfolds in miniature drama. Rival beetles spar with horned heads, wresting precious cargo from one another, while opportunists wait to steal an unattended prize. But this is more than a contest of strength. As the ball is rolled away from the source, the beetle orients itself using the sun or even the Milky Way, ensuring a straight path to minimize theft. Once a safe distance is reached, the beetle buries its prize, transforming a simple meal into a subterranean nursery. Here, eggs are laid. The dung will nourish the next generation, hidden from predators and the scorching heat. This relentless cycle yields benefits far beyond the beetle's own kin. As dung is buried and broken down, nutrients are swiftly returned to the soil, enriching it for the next flush of grass. Seeds concealed in the droppings are dispersed and planted, increasing the diversity of the savannah's plant life. Surface dung, once a breeding ground for parasites and flies, is swiftly removed, safeguarding the health of larger herbivores. Above ground, birds like the glossy starling and the drongo follow the beetles, snatching up disturbed insects and larvae. Even small mammals benefit from the reduced competition for clean grazing. In the intricate web of life, the dung beetle's quiet labour accelerates the decomposition process, maintaining the delicate balance between feast and famine. As the sun climbs higher, the beetles retreat, their work hidden beneath the grass. Yet beneath each footprint their impact lingers: fertile soil, healthier herds, and a landscape renewed by the smallest of custodians. In the grand design of the Savannah, the dung beetle is both harvester and gardener, ensuring that nothing is wasted, and that every life, no matter how humble, leaves its mark upon the land. Beneath the bustling Savannah, where sunlight barely reaches, another silent workforce toils in perpetual darkness. Earthworms, the hidden lifeline of the soil. As herds thunder overhead and beetles scurry across the surface, these slender architects burrow relentlessly, sculpting a labyrinth of tunnels that lace through the earth. Each movement aerates the compacted ground, allowing precious oxygen and moisture to filter deep below, transforming lifeless dirt into a thriving, living medium. The earthworm's journey is a ceaseless quest for nourishment. Consuming decaying plant matter and organic debris, they digest and break down what others leave behind. The castings they excrete are rich in nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, creating pockets of fertility that spur new growth. Where their numbers are strong, grasses grow lusher, roots reach deeper, and the savannah's green tapestry flourishes even after the harshest dry spells. In the quiet of dawn, a subtle shift occurs. Rain seeps into the ground, awakening dormant worms who rise closer to the surface. Their castings dot the landscape, minute mounds that signal a healthy ecosystem. These tiny structures are quickly scavenged by insectivorous birds and small mammals, linking the unseen world below with the vibrant life above. Earthworms are more than decomposers. They are custodians of the underground, engineers who maintain the delicate balance of water, air, and nutrients. Their tunnels provide refuge for seeds, microfauna, and even the roots of young plants seeking safe passage through the dense soil. In times of drought, these passageways become lifelines, channeling the scant moisture that remains to the roots that depend on it most. Through tireless, unseen labour, earthworms sustain the very foundation of the savannah. Their presence is felt in every blade of grass, every grazing herd, and every burst of new life after the rains. As the sun sets and the surface world quiets, the pulse beneath the hooves endures, steady, silent, and essential to the endless renewal of the land.